And he believes in none of those principles and ideas. It's just amazing.
This speech, 2 hours, is sort of the extreme version. But we have seen this before. In fact, I was talking to someone in Trump's orbit just in the last day or so who predicted this speech, that after a week of real defeat for this president, public relations defeat with the Cohen testimony, and then obviously the failure to reach an agreement in Vietnam, that he needed an outlet. He needed some sort of release. That we've seen this where he is, the infamous speech to the Boy Scouts during that first summer, which came amid the health care falling apart, the Republican health care plan, that he, particularly when given a friendly audience, which this one certainly was, and they were responding to everything he did, including that flag hold, that he's riled up. He needs that feedback from the base. He needs that release. And that's what this speech was, in some ways almost kind of resetting himself to go forward. And yes, we could raise questions about, should a president's temperament really need that? I mean, that's a fair inquiry. But this is something that's very much of the pace of Donald Trump, that this is sort of how he gains energy, is finding this base. And then also it reflects then why so much of what he aims, his policies and so on, his rhetoric, is back at that very base.
I would submit that if you went to that speech, got the tape of it, clipped out the introduction that he's the president of the United States, you would look at it as if, well, thankfully, the guy doing the act out here is fully clothed. He's not wearing paper slippers. He's clearly a mental patient, and someone in his family had better hopefully come on stage and take him off. I mean, it's that crazy. The length of it, the sustained assault on common sense, the crowds, going back to crowd sizes and things like that.
But Mike, the crowd eats it up.
Yeah, but that's
he's sustained by that.
That is a crowd.
Right.
That is a crowd that applauded the death of John McCain.
Well, and certainly that audience, that's an extreme part of it. But I think that his base does enjoy these performances.
Yeah.
That was the campaign, night after night, sometimes several times a day, was that sort of energy, that sort of performance, to breaking norms, to being different. And that's what they wanted then, and then he's betting that's what they want again.
Can I just ask you both on this side of the table what it's like to be a lifelong conservative and to look up and see Donald Trump as the avatar of conservatism? I mean that as a serious question. I'm not being snarky.
I'd like to yield my time.
No, sincerely. I mean, for the things that so many people have fought for so long as conservatives,